In today's video, we're going to be thinking all about the fascinating area of artificial intelligence, or AI. This is a field that is not only gaining a lot of attention, and it really has been this year so far, it's very up and coming, but it is also changing lives and sectors. But why should retail investors be paying attention? Well, it's because AI is not just some futuristic concept. It's actually here, it's reshaping industries, and it's providing and creating immense value. If something can create immense value, then a lot of businesses are going to be turning their eyes and looking at that thing. At the end of the video, we are going to talk about a particular stock that is actually my second largest holding in my own portfolio. So make sure you stick around for that. So we're going to start off with perhaps quite an obvious one, but it's not one to be underestimated. And that is Alphabet, the parent company of Google, well known for its search engine, YouTube and Android platforms, to name a few. Alphabet's interest in being at the forefront of AI isn't anything new, but it's also true that Alphabet have definitely began stepping up their interest in their AI advancements in 2023. In February, of course, they launched Bard, their chatbot, their answer to ChatGPT, which, as we know, was absolutely crazy. The interest that ChatGPT got was unlike anything that we've ever seen. Now, Bard didn't really live up to Google's expectations, and a lot of people considered it quite a flop. But Alphabet does seem to have been learning from the mistakes it made there and are taking their advancements into AI a little bit slower. And they are really starting to prepare perhaps for quite a big 2024. And to end 2023 even actually, they have announced Gemini. Gemini is an AI model, and it's referenced as being ChatGPT's biggest competitor. And it's the first multimodal AI. Quite a lot of people don't actually consider how big of a company Alphabet truly is. It is not just simply Google and YouTube. They have many subsidiary companies falling under them. And a lot of these companies are very invested into AI. For example, they have Waymo. Waymo is a company focused on autonomous driving, self-driving cars. And they are now operating a driverless fleet in San Francisco and I think even Phoenix. They are regularly also using AI in their Google search, in YouTube, in pinpointing video suggestions for users on that platform. It is very widely used across Alphabet. It's also worth pointing out that they actually are undergoing the development of their custom-built AI chips called the Cloud TPU V5P. Again, further solidifying Alphabet's position as a leader in AI. Now, for many investors that want exposure to a company in the AI field, Alphabet may be one that feels way less risky because obviously everyone knows what Google is. The name is out there, the brand is there, the reputation is there. But just thinking about their revenue growth in particular, year over year, their revenue growth is 5.32%. And then looking at their forward revenue growth, it comes in at 9.7%. Now, these metrics are from a platform called Seeking Alpha. That is the platform that I do all of my stock research on. And if you are interested in checking that out, they are currently doing a $50 off plus a 7-day free trial. I will leave a link in the description. And then if we just look at how Alphabet has been performing compared to the S&P 500 index, we can see that year to date they have had a fantastic return, as have many tech stocks actually, outperforming the S&P 500. If we then extend to a 5-year period, we can see a similar thing. This really is one of those companies that are regularly outperforming the index, giving better returns to them investors than just tracking the index itself. Let's max it out now and just look at it over time. The stock chart here of Google, Alphabet, isn't quite as long as that of the index just because of when it got founded and whatnot, but you can see here it's had an absolutely fantastic time. And then just extending this out to a 10-year period even, you can see how truly phenomenal the growth has been. Of course, the past performance doesn't necessarily indicate the future performance, but it is definitely very reassuring to see. The next stock on our list today is UiPath. This is maybe one that you actually haven't heard about before. They are a leader in the robotic process automation field, RPA. And RPA is revolutionizing how businesses handle those routine tasks. Their platform enables large-scale end-to-end automation. Now, this isn't about physical robots, but you can think about this as robotic software, if you will. Software that can automate those routine tasks on a computer. They have a very innovative approach and they are actually combining RPA with AI. And their latest offering called Autopilot is showcasing how they are actually combining RPA, so robotic process automation, with specialized and general AI to actually streamline and optimize business processes. Now, these capabilities are important and relevant to any industry out there, but just to think about some that maybe it's more relevant for, take healthcare. There is so many routine tasks that just waste time within the healthcare sector. And by healthcare organizations pairing up with a company like UiPath, they are able to automate more of those tasks. This company is still a very newly traded public company, but even so, they have seen fantastic customer growth so far. They've been improving their free cash flow and moving towards profitability. They did very, very well during their last earnings. They beat both top and bottom line estimates. You can see on the screen that from Seeking Alpha, it tells me that the revenue growth year over year for this company is 16.51%, which is pretty impressive. And then looking forward, coming out at 19.63%. So a lot of people are thinking that this company has a lot of growth in it. As with many tech and software companies, UiPath have had a fantastic year-to-date, 1 year period so far. You can see if we look at year-to-date, 99.51%, completely outperforming the index. But of course, this doesn't mean that that's going to continue to happen in the future. If we expand this to a 3-year period, we can see here that actually it hasn't been all that great. You can see that the chart starts only here. They only went public in April 2021. So it is incredibly early days for a company like this, and it could be seen as being a riskier investment compared to investing in perhaps a company more like Alphabet. And you can see the stock price right now is really, really down compared to its all-time highs that were found shortly after the company actually went public. It's been dropping quite significantly, and then it's had a run up this year. Will that continue? We don't know. The third and final company on our list today is Palantir Technologies. Now, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, this is a particularly interesting company for me and is actually my second largest holding as of right now. Palantir are a company focused within the data analytics and AI field. And they have been around for actually quite a long time, but they only became public very recently. They were originally focused on government contracts, supplying their software to the Department of Defense and the US government. But since then, they have been expanding dramatically, and they now actually work with a lot of commercial businesses. And they're not just restricted to the US either, they are a global company now. Palantir are a company that are able to help businesses understand their data better. They are able to take all of a company's data and put it into one centralized source of truth. From this, they then start integrating AI, and they start allowing businesses to actually understand their data better. What does this mean for a business? Well, it means they are able to enhance their efficiencies, enhance their productivity, make business critical decisions better and more easily. If you are interested in learning more about Palantir in particular, please go and subscribe to my main channel where I talk about this stock a lot. Palantir have a few different platforms. They have Apollo, Gotham, Foundry, and then more recently they have AIP, Artificial Intelligence Platform. AIP only got announced earlier this year, and that is their way to really showcase and integrate their abilities in AI. Palantir's AIP platform combines the machine learning technologies that they have developed for industrial and military partners with the latest large language models. And they can deploy this both on their government side and their commercial side. And it's important to point out here that the demand for AIP is really ramping up, and they are holding these things called AIP boot camps, which is a session that lasts between 0 and 5 days, where different users from different businesses attend and they walk away learning how AIP can be beneficial to their business. And this go-to-market strategy of AIP bootcamps is really helping to reduce the barrier to entry that people have when considering integrating AI into their business. Aside from this, Palantir is also one of those companies that is not restricted by the sector. They can not only work with government organizations and commercial organizations, but they can also work with pretty much any sector out there. But more recently, they became eligible for S&P 500 inclusion, which should be coming early next year. On top of that, they recently got awarded a massive contract to transform the National Healthcare Service in terms of data here in the UK. And they've been named as leaders in AI. For example, the Dresner Advisory Services ranked Palantir as a top vendor in AI data science and machine learning recently. So you can see on the screen, these are 2 screenshots taken from their most recent earnings. And what we can see is that commercial and government both of those business areas have seen revenue growth for Palantir. And then just thinking about some key metrics here. Revenue growth year over year is coming out at 16.13%. Seeking Alpha is rating that as a B, and forward revenue growth is coming out at 19.88%, so nearly 20%, and that has been given a rating of A- on Seeking Alpha. Starting off with Palantir year to date compared to the S&P 500 index, and you can see here that it's had such a year, 178% up on the year, absolutely incredible. And if I was making this video just a few months earlier, that would have been even more crazy. So if we extend this out now to a 3-year period, we can see it's not the same picture. Actually, it's underperformed the index on a 3-year period. Extending this out a little bit further then, a 5-year period, fantastic returns, only just outperforming the S&P 500. And like I said, a newly publicly traded company. So the stock chart doesn't go on, it doesn't extend back that much. But what you can see is even at this current level where we've had a massive run up this year, it is still significantly down from all-time highs that were reached shortly after it went public. Now, I'd love to hear what you think about these stocks. Do you own any of these in your own portfolio, or perhaps are you looking to add maybe different AI-based stocks in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Stay tuned for the next video, but until then, keep investing and keep analyzing, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.